So happy you could join me today for some yoga. The practice today will be a nice gentle flow with some repetition and just allowing ourselves to slow down, check in with our body, and check in with our breath. So let's begin in tabletop, making sure our shoulders are below our wrists, knees are below our hips. Maybe we widen those fingers, allowing that nice foundational base. And let's find cat-cow. So we're gonna sink the front of our body towards our mat, sending our gaze out towards the front of the room or up to the ceiling, and then curling our back, tucking our chin. Kind of waking up our spine. Finding this movement to be nice and gentle. And allowing ourselves to notice our inhales and our exhales. And just moving in sync with our breath. Let's do 2 more here. Last one. Meeting back in neutral. We're going to extend that left leg back, tucking those toes, pressing into the ball of that left foot. We might feel a nice opening in the back of our leg. And then shifting, lifting the weight off that foot, allowing it to rise about hip height. Finding that foundational base and then extending that right arm forward, finding bird dog. Making sure we're aware of our breath. And then let's release that left knee down onto the mat. Inhale, extend that right arm up. We're going to do thread the needle, so we're going to bring that right hand back behind that left, coming to rest on that right shoulder. And allowing that left forearm to support us in this pose. And breathing here, relaxing our jaw and face. And then sending your energy into that left arm, pressing up. Finding tabletop, you might need to reposition yourself a little bit here. And then we're going to extend that right leg out, pressing into the ball of that right foot, feeling that nice opening in the back of our leg. And then letting go of that weight, allowing that right leg to rise. Finding your balance here, reaching out with that left arm. And noticing that pulling in of that midsection there. This is kind of using our full body. And then releasing that right leg down. Inhaling, reaching that left arm up. Threading the needle on this side as it comes back behind that right arm. Resting on that left shoulder. Allowing yourself to breathe here. And then pushing your weight into that right palm. Finding tabletop. Here we're going to tuck those toes, pressing into our first down dog. Making sure our knees are nice and bent. If we're feeling any tightness in our hamstrings. Finding that inhale and exhale. And then if it feels good, alternating one heel down and the other, if that feels good, kind of bringing that heel towards your mat. It doesn't have to touch the mat, just thinking of bringing it towards the mat. And then releasing those knees down, finding child's pose. So knees can either be together or bringing them out to the width of your mat, sending those seat bones back towards your heels, allowing that upper body to release into the floor. And if you need a little extra support here, you can always stack those fists and allow your forehead to rest upon that. And then noticing that inhale and exhale in the back part of our body. And then if you have your hands in a fist, releasing those hands, pressing our weight into our arms, coming into tabletop, maybe slightly walking our hands forward, kind of releasing our hip bones down, coming into half plank, lowering down into chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra, lifting our chest up off the floor, gaze is down. And then releasing that, coming through table right into down dog. And then releasing, finding child's pose here. Allow yourself to feel that breath in the back of your body expanding as our upper body kind of closes into the mat. And then bringing our weight into the front of those hands, coming up into tabletop, bringing our knees so they're below our hips, wrists are below our shoulders, walking our hands back to our thighs, coming into half stance. We're gonna inhale here, hands up towards the ceiling, exhale, bringing our hands onto our hips. And we're gonna do a nice little 90-degree angle with our legs. So shifting our weight onto that left leg, bringing that right leg forward. And then finding that balance. We're gonna inhale those hands up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, allow that right arm to come down next to your body, and then reaching that left hand over to the right, finding a nice little side bend. And if it feels better to have that right hand on your hip, you can do that too. And then inhale back to center, bring that right hand to meet the left, and then allow that left hand to come down. And then finding that reaching over to the left side, and you can always bring that left hand onto that left hip as well. And then inhale back to center, and then bringing that right leg to meet the left. Let's find that on the opposite side. So shifting our weight onto that right, left foot comes forward, inhaling hands up towards the ceiling, and then allow that right arm to come down or onto your hip, reaching over to the right side as we open our left side. And then inhale back to center, hands can meet together or stay down. And then allow that left arm to come down, reaching over to the left side with our right arm. And then inhale, bring our hands to our hips. Left leg meets the right. And then we're gonna play with a little balance and half stance here. So I'm gonna give you two options. So if you're having any discomfort happening in your knees, you can always come into standing and play with tree pose. Or you can stay here in half stance. And we're gonna shift our weight onto that left knee. Hands can either be at your hips or kind of loose to kind of allow you. And we're just gonna move that leg. However, just kind of play with this, have fun with it, moving it from side to side, maybe front to back. And then if you had any discomfort in your knees, knowing that finding that focal point or drishti, shifting the weight onto that left leg, finding either that kickstand here or bringing the bottom of that foot to the middle of your calf. Hands at hips or hands at heart center. So choosing whatever works for you, and then coming back, maybe swaying your hips from side to side. And then when you're ready, let's find that on the opposite side. So finding your focal point or drishti, a non-moving object, and then allowing your hands to just be free, kind of playing with that movement, or more stable with your hands on your hips. And then shifting that weight onto the right leg, and then playing with that movement. This is fun to play with balance when you're not fully standing. What does it feel like? And just having fun with a little bit of movement practice. And then coming back to center, and then swaying those hips. And then let's come back. We're just gonna inhale our hands up towards the ceiling, exhale. And then we're gonna make our way onto our backs. Making sure that the bottom of our feet are touching the floor, knees are bent, lowering down onto our mat. Extending our arms out to a T pose. And we're gonna find a little bit of windshield wipers. So feet can either be together or coming as wide as your mat. And you're letting your knees fall from one side to the other, nice and gentle. Maybe if you feel a little bit of tension, you might hold it in that spot for a little bit. And maybe send your breath to that tight spot. And then come back through center, exhale, releasing the legs to the other side. And we're just gonna do this a couple times, lengthening the movement to your breath, going at your own pace. Let's do one more on each side. And then coming back to center. If your feet are together, we're gonna walk them out to the width of our mat, allowing our knees to come together to support one another. And we're gonna bring one palm to our chest, one palm to our belly. And if you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes here, or just allow that release and relaxation to come into your face, letting go of that skin around your eyes, allowing your jaw to relax. We're just gonna end our practice today with some intentional breath work here. So sending your awareness into your chest and belly, and feeling the rising and falling of your body in this space. Allow your shoulders to relax into your mat. Allow your arms to relax. Maybe it's noticing how your breath is becoming more gentle. We're going to do 2 more inhales and exhales here. Last one. and then releasing your hands down onto your sides. Bringing your feet so they're about hip width distance apart. Rolling on to either side that feels more comfortable to you. And then staying there for a moment. And then when you feel ready, slowly coming up into easy pose. Bring your hands to our heart center. Thanking yourself for showing up today. Maybe playing with some new movements and allowing yourself to have a little bit of fun. Namaste.